With gold up over $5,000 an ounce and silver pushing $90, the average first-time buyer and even experienced investors are walking into a dealer right now and about to drop more money on their first purchase than some people spend on a used car. And I'm watching them make the same 7 mistakes every single week. These mistakes are costing people hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars, and one of them nearly wiped out a customer's entire position just last month during this January crash. So today, I'm breaking down all 7 mistakes because at these prices, you literally cannot afford to get this wrong. I'm Eric with Summit Metals, where we cut through the noise and bring you what exactly matters in gold and silver. If you're serious about protecting your wealth with precious metals, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. And just a quick note, nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm sharing what I see every day as a precious metals dealer, and you should do your own research and talk to your own financial professional before making any financial moves. All right, so 2026 has already been one of the wildest years in precious metals history, and we're not even through February yet. Gold ripped to $5,600 an ounce in January before crashing 12% in a single day. Silver went from $120 an ounce down to $76, a 30% plus free fall, the worst single day since 1980. And now gold's back above $5,100. Silver's drawing back toward $90. The Supreme Court just struck down the president's tariffs, and he fired back with a 15% global import surcharge. And we have JP Morgan calling now for $6,300 gold by December, with some even reporting a much higher projection at over $8,000 an ounce. So yeah, the stakes for getting your precious metal strategy right have never been higher, and the margin for error never been thinner. Now, what I'm about to share comes from sitting across the table from real buyers and sellers every week, watching people make decisions with real money. Some of these mistakes cost a few $100. Others cost them tens of thousands. And the worst part, almost every one of them is completely avoidable. So let's get into it, starting with the one that's probably the most common, and that is one waiting for the perfect dip. This is far and away the most common one I see. Someone calls me and goes, "Hey Eric, gold's at $5,100. I think I'm going to wait for it to pull back to $4,500. And look, I know that sounds reasonable, right? But here's the problem. I had people tell me the exact same thing when gold was at $2,000 an ounce. They were waiting for $1,800. Then gold went to $2,500. They were waiting for $2,000. Then it hit $3,500. And now, of course, they were waiting for $3,000. And you know what every single one of these people have in common? They still haven't bought a single ounce. Meanwhile, gold is up over 150% in 2 years. The person who overpaid at $2,500, they're sitting on a double. The one who bought at $3,500 when everyone said it was too expensive, up over 50%. The best time to buy was what, 10 years ago? The second best time to buy is actually to think like this, and that's to have a plan. Use dollar cost averaging like our auto invest. But more importantly than anything, start now. And that actually leads me perfectly into mistake number 2. And this one's going to hit a little differently for anyone who just went through that January crash. And that is panic selling during a crash. January 30th, 2026, I will never forget that day as long as I'm in this business. We also gold dropped from $5,600 to below $5,000 in a single session. Silver, and I still have trouble saying this out loud, went from $120 down to $76 in one day. That's a 30% plus crash. Worst day for silver since way back in 1980. My phone was ringing off the hook, inbox on fire, and what was everyone saying? Sell everything, it's over, the bull market is done. And when I was in Berlin at this very moment at the World Money Fair, I can tell you that the mood was palpable. Okay, so here's what actually caused that crash, and it wasn't a change in fundamentals. Central banks didn't stop buying gold. Inflation didn't like magically disappear. The dollar didn't suddenly become sound money. What happened was a perfect storm. A hawkish Fed chair nomination, margin hikes on the Shanghai Exchange, month-end forced liquidations, and a wave of algorithmic selling that hit both metals at exactly the same time. In other words, the reasons you owned gold and silver on January 29th didn't change because of what happened on January 30th. Not one single bit. Now, fast forward less than a month, gold's back up over 5,000, above 5,100. Silver's touched $90. People who panic sold at the bottom, they're locked into a catastrophic loss on assets that truly recovered in just a couple of weeks. And look, I get it. Watching your portfolio drop 30% in a day is gut-wrenching. But here's what 20 plus years of financial market experience has taught me. That's that crashes in a bull market are for buying, not selling. Every major crash in gold and silver's history, 2008, 2020, and now our latest in 2026, was followed by a recovery to new highs. But here's where it gets really interesting, because mistake number 3 is actually what caused a lot of people to panic and sell in the first place. Mistake number 3 is buying or selling based on headlines instead of staying focused on our core fundamentals. So this is a big one. I had a customer call me in early January, the day after Trump threatened tariffs on 8 European countries over the Greenland dispute. Gold jumped over 2% in a single session. This guy wanted to go all in immediately because, and I'm quoting here, tariffs mean gold's going to the moon. 2 weeks later, the Supreme Court struck down Trump's tariffs. Gold dipped. Same customer calls in a panic this time, wanting to sell everything because the tariff trade is over. Same person, same metal, same fundamental outlook for the global economy. 2 completely different opposite decisions, both driven by just headlines. If your buying and selling decisions are driven by what you need this morning, you're not investing, you're reaching. And in my experience, reactive investors almost always lose to the patient ones. Now, stay with me on this next one, because it's the mistake most people don't even realize they're making until it's actually too late. Mistake number 4 is ignoring premiums and overpaying for the wrong products. Okay, so when gold is at 5,100 and silver is near 90, premiums matter more than ever. I've watched people who pay 20, 30, sometimes 40% over spot for some special edition or proof coin because some late night TV ad convinced them it was a collector's item. But here's the truth. When you go to sell that coin, you're getting paid based on the metal content, not the fancy packaging. That 30% premium you paid, most of it's gone the second you walk out the door or place that order. So if your goal is wealth preservation, and for most of you watching, it should be, you want to invest at the lowest premium you can for the type of product or metal that you want. Now, standard bullion bars and coins from well-known mints are top of the line. That's it. We just released, in our case, our Summit Metals round, and we priced it to be highly competitive with even just generic rounds that are out there. And I think when you take delivery, you're going to find that this round has incredible workmanship that is much higher than you're seeing on these other generic rounds. So check it out on our summitmetals.com website, linked in the description. All right, let's now move on to mistake number 5. It's one I've already seen destroy more portfolios than almost anything else, especially in a market like this, going all in at once. Here is the scenario I see all the time. Someone watches gold run from 4,000 to 5,000. They finally decide they need to get in, and they take their entire metals budget, 50,000, 100,000, sometimes significantly more, and they buy everything in a single day. That's exactly what happened to dozens of customers in late January. Gold was screaming toward 5,600. Silver had already doubled. The momentum felt unstoppable, and people were calling wanting to convert huge chunks of their savings into physical metal all at once in one transaction. Then we all saw what happened, and the people who went all in at 5,400, 5,600, they were suddenly sitting on a 20% plus loss overnight. Compare that, if you would, to the customer who's been buying at a set amount every month. They bought some at 5,400. They bought some at 5,000. And yeah, they bought some even below that. But their average cost was way lower. And when the crash hit, their total loss was a fraction of the all-in buyer's one-time purchase. Dollar cost averaging doesn't exactly make for exciting YouTube thumbnails, but it is hands down the most reliable strategy for building a precious metals position without getting wrecked by volatility. And in a market that's volatile, it's not just smart, it's essential. So please do check out our auto invest here at Summit Metals. Okay, now, the next one might sound basic, but I promise you the number of people who get this wrong would absolutely shock you. This is mistake number 6. It's not understanding what you're actually buying. For example, there's a guy who came in just last week. Nice guy, clearly did some research online. He wanted to buy 1 ounce of gold. I asked him what product he was looking for. He goes, doesn't matter. Gold is gold. We've all heard that before. While I see where he's coming from, gold is not just gold. A 1 ounce American Gold Eagle, a 1 ounce Credit Suisse bar, a 1 ounce Krugerrand, a 1 ounce proof coin from a private mint, they're all 1 ounce of gold, but they've got different premiums, different recognition factors, different liquidity when you go to sell, and a different tax implication depending on your personal situation. And it goes actually deeper than that. I see people buying gold-plated coins thinking they're solid gold. I see people buying ETFs thinking they own physical metal. I see people buying numismatic coins for investment when the actual gold content is a fraction of what they just paid. So before you spend a single dollar on precious metals, you need to understand the difference between bullion and numismatics, between physical and paper, between government minted and privately minted. Each one has a place, but if you don't know which fits your goals, you're going in completely blind. And now that brings me to our mistake number 7, which honestly ties everything together. This might be the most important one on the list, and that's buying without a plan. This is the mistake that makes all the other mistakes possible. No plan for how much of your portfolio should be in metals. No plan, I should say, for which products to buy, for how often to buy them, for when or if you'll actually sell. No plan for where to store it. And most importantly, no plan for what you're going to do if the market were to crash, say 30% in a day, and every headline is screaming at you to panic. The customers who came through January the calmest, they weren't the ones with the most money or even the most experience. They were the ones who had a plan. They knew why they owned gold and silver. They knew their allocation and their requirements. They knew their timeline. And when the crash hit, their plan said, hold or even buy more. So that's exactly what they did. The people who panic, they're the ones who bought emotion in the first place. They bought because gold was going up. They sold because gold was now going down. That's a recipe for buying high and selling low, which is the exact opposite of how actual wealth is built. Before you buy your next ounce of gold or silver, write down your plan. How are you going to respond if the price does drop 20% next week? If you can answer those questions honestly, you're ahead of like 95% of the people we speak with each and every single day. So here's the thing. All 7 mistakes come from the same place: emotion without education. Waiting for the perfect dip, that's fear of overpaying. Panic selling during a crash, fear of losing. Buying based on headlines, excitement without context. Overpaying for the wrong products, trust without verification. Going all in at once, well, that's FOMO. And buying without a plan, that is the root problem of all of these mistakes. So look, I sell gold and silver for a living. I know that. You know that. But I also stack it because I genuinely believe that physical precious metals are one of the most important assets that we can own in a world where our national debt is pushing 39 trillion, tariff policy changes by the week, and the monetary system is being stress tested in ways we haven't seen in literally generations. Gold didn't go from 2 to 5,000 because of hype. It went there because the smartest money in the world, central banks, sovereign wealth funds, institutional allocators, they looked at the global landscape and decided they need more of it. That's a signal. And now, though, when you have JP Morgan calling for 6,300 gold by year end and UBS targeting 6,200, those aren't fringe predictions from gold bugs on the internet. These are the biggest financial institutions on the planet saying, quote, this market is not done. This bull market is not done. So the question isn't whether precious metals belong in your portfolio. The question is, are you going to approach them with a plan, with patience, and with the right knowledge? Or are you going to make one of those 7 mistakes and learn the hard way? I'd rather you learn it here, and that's why we do this at Summit Metals. So I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 mistakes have you made or almost made? And more importantly, what did you do about it? What did you learn from it? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and honestly, some of the best insights on this channel come from you, the viewers, people sharing your real world experiences. And if you've got value from this, do me a favor, smash the like button. It genuinely helps the channel reach more people who truly need to hear this. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We put out great content every week to help you navigate the craziest precious metals market any of us have seen in our lifetime. I'm Eric from Summit Metals. Stay informed, stay prepared, and as always, happy stacking.